now reflecting back when I was young in Sunday school, and there was a group called Lord's Rangers, and you would ask us to dance and sing, and you are very serious. You didn't want to do like you had not come to play. I remember this one time you stood actually right beside me, and I was like, my God, at what point are you moving away?
The
we
Spirit
have to
is
be
diligent
in all that we do.
In all that we do.
As we continue to keep the faith.
Yes.
Because the faith.
Yes, there's one mantra that I have.
Yes.
Keep the faith, and
the
faith will keep you. That is what I always say every time. Retire from whatever you are doing. Me, I'm not retiring from Sunday school.
Yes.
No. I am ready to see children grow from one level to another, attaining their purposes. I want to see these girls still serving out there. Just like the way you went to high school, went to Mount Kenya, to Daystar, and the others that wherever you've gone, the many courses. When I see that, I say, thank you, Lord.
You're watching Mentorship podcast, where families get restored, transformed, and healed. 'Cause he never ever lose a battle. He never ever lose a battle. God never ever lose a battle. He never ever lose a battle. You're watching Mentorship podcast, where families get restored, transformed, and healed.
What's up, my people? Welcome to the Mind Pursuit podcast. I'm your host, Masin Zuki, the Mind Advocate. And we are in the mentorship series, like we are discussing around mentorship. And today is such a special day because I am hosting one of my favorite mentors, and I believe you've already learned a little bit about her from the very first episode of the mentorship series, where I talked about Reverend Beth and the impact she added into my life. So I will know you're going to get gems on gems. Feel free to share with your friends. Feel free to implement that in your life. And I believe you're going to be the best version of yourself. And while at it, remember to subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and stay tuned. Karibu sana, Reverend Beth Irungu.
Well, yes.
Yes.
I'm so delighted this moment, even as I'm at this. I thank God. And even when I'm here, I see you, I say amen. I know it's not in vain. So, as you've heard, my name is Reverend Beth Irungu. I'm a children's pastor. Currently, I'm pastoring at Deliverance Church Umoja, but I work with all Deliverance churches as the children's coordinator nationally. God bless you.
Oh, wow. Karibu sana.
Thank
Such
you.
a delighted to have you.
Thank you.
And now, in the Mind Pursuit podcast, there is a segment we always have called the Jesus Whisper moment.
Oh,
and
right.
the Jesus Whisper moment is where you talk about, of late, what is that one thing that God has been telling you about that you would want to share with the viewers?
Right now, I'm thinking, or something that is coming to my heart every other moment, is whatever I do, wherever I am, I have to be so diligent. The verse is in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1, 2, 3, and 4, where parents are told that they ought to teach their children diligently. So this time, it's not a matter of what parents are supposed to do with their children, that they ought to teach them diligently. Diligence, I'm taking it personally, that whatever I do, I've got to be so diligent. And diligent, here in Kenya we have Swahili, and that is kwa bidii. Whatever I'm doing, lazima niweke bidii in everything I do. I cannot turn back. I am moving ahead. And moving ahead is lots of work. Yes, thank you.
Wow. That's the spirit.
The
we
spirit
have to
is
be
diligence.
diligent in all that we do.
In all that we do.
As we continue to keep the faith.
Yes.
Because the faith.
Yes, there's one mantra that I have.
Yes.
Keep the faith, and
The
faith will keep you. That is what I always say every time I'm graduating. We had class 8, class 8 before.
Yes.
When you're graduating them, or in whichever group I have, and I am mentoring them, I tell them, keep the faith, and faith will keep you in whatever you do. So at the end of the day, it's a matter of diligence, and we keep the faith.
Wow.
Thank
That
you.
is one
And
mantra I
faith,
picked.
and faith will keep us. I guess you remember it.
I do.
Yes.
It's one mantra I picked.
Because if you keep the faith,
Yes.
the faith now will take you and it will keep you all the way
Yeah.
until Christ comes back.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's deep. That's really deep.
Thank
so I
you.
have a couple of questions that I would want us to have a conversations on. And there's a question around, is there a difference between training, coaching, and mentorship?
Thank you. Now, training, coaching, and mentorship. Those are three main things or three main points when it comes to our lives or even the people that we relate with or whatever we are doing. At the end of the day, there has got to be training. Even with the children at home, wherever we are, even with our workmates, we train them and we coach them and we mentor them. But what's the difference? Training is when you impact knowledge.
Okay.
When you bring in on board these skills, what is it that you need this person to know? Can I give you an example of Paul and Timothy? Paul tells Timothy that there are things that you have seen me do. Can you do them? And this is the way. This is the way to do it. Okay? So that is training. Or even when one goes to driving school, there are skills that this person is taught. So they are trained on how to drive. Right? Now, from being trained to drive, that is now when we go to the next one, we coach them on how to perfect the skills that you were trained. Now, that is coaching. Coaching is when you are perfecting what you were taught in step one. That is in the teaching and in the training. And maybe I can say this. There's a difference between teaching and training. In teaching, it's very easy to forget. And I know that all of us, right from Form 1 or to Form 4, there are lessons we were taught. But because we never took them so seriously, so to say, actually, let me confess this. There are some things in chemistry, some solutions there, and some things there I cannot remember in the lab. There are those like the Bunsen burner and everything else and the test tubes and all that I can remember. But because I was not keen on it, I was just, the teacher just said, I was just taught in class. But really, it was not training. But I can remember something I was taught in college because that was training. Training is hands-on. It is skillful. Yeah, teaching is just mental. I just hear what you are saying. I can even memorize because I want to pass my exam. All right, I could have memorized my chemistry, the formulas, the whatevers, and all that. But that was just, I would do my exam out of memory. That was being taught. But when I went to college, I was trained. Okay? Training is skillful, that I can write my name using shorthand. I can write your name Mercy using shorthand because that is training. It is impacting a certain skill. I remember I would drill. We were calling it drilling in school. Well, I would drill until midnight, and my sister would come and ask, what are you doing? What course are you doing that is keeping you up to midnight? Because there were skills, and that is training. Now, training now goes further. It's added by coaching. I went to work at, because my first job was at Cosmoplastics. And so, whatever I was trained, somebody now, hands-on, in the office, told me, I want to make you a better secretary, a better administrator. And he would walk with me. She would, my boss was called Rose, and she would walk with me the journey that I can be a good administrator. All right? That is now coaching. All right? Now, after that, she may not have gone far, because you know we move from one job to another. Then after coaching now, we have mentorship. Mentorship is now is for life. It goes beyond the training. goes beyond by perfecting what I have been trained in coaching, in mentorship. You are bringing in life skills. There are values that you're teaching me. There are things that you're telling me. Remember Paul. Paul is telling Timothy, no one should despise your youth. I want you to walk a holy life. There is integrity he's impacting there. There are things that you got to keep. Whether you are a secretary. Now, there are things that I learned later that I still, I may not be doing things that I was taught in college. Some of them, where do I use shorthand really? You see, those were skills. But things that I was mentored later, especially when it comes to spiritual matters, those ones you go with that forever. My mom could have mentored me in some things as a young girl, and you walk with that, the values. Because we say, according to psychology, values are created as long as you are, when you are below 15 years. They say 14, some say 14, others say 15. But let's put the bar up higher. And we say 15 years. There are some values as long as you are mentored. And that is why I love teaching Sunday school. Because Sunday school, you've got to put values to a child when they are below 15. By the time they are getting to 16, 17, by the time they are graduating to be 20, there are values that we created down here. And the rest, people will be looking at this girl, this boy, and they'll be saying, there was someone who walked with you. So it is not just a matter of teaching them the scriptures and memorizing, because it could just be the rote memory. And then restating. We've got to get to a place where they realize there is rote, restatement, realization. You see, where they get to a point that I can remember exactly and I live what I was taught in Sunday school. I am not just memorizing the Bible verses. No. I memorize, I restate it, and then I live what I've been taught. That is realization. I am living this, what I've been taught. Thank you.
Wow, that is so deep.
You're watching Mind Pursuit Podcast.
I hope you've been able to understand the difference between training, coaching, and mentorship. And just staying with mentorship, you've said mentorship is for life.
Yes.
And I am still your mentee. And we have started this journey from a while back. And when you see someone you once guided as a child,
Yes.
now me, walking in purpose, because I feel with every ounce of me that I am walking in purpose. What does that mean to you as a mentor?
For me to see a girl who I saw, that tiny girl, ears, I usually say, hajawekelewa mawe. You know, they are growing. As long as the sun is rising and setting, the girl is growing. Every day there is an just like our baby is born today. Just walk out by that gate. Come back after 1 year. The girl, the boy is walking. Absolutely. 1 year.
Absolutely.
So when we are working with children in Sunday school, and then years later, they are working in that purpose. Can I tell you, recently, I was doing a certain course. When we went for graduation, one of the guys said, Beth, you were my Sunday school, in front of this crowd. I said, oh no, how now? You are so tall. You're such a big man. Me, I'm down here. You've grown. You feel that, it's not in vain. And you want to do it again and again. I usually say, you retire. Retire from whatever you are doing. Me, I'm not retiring from Sunday school. No. I am ready to see children grow from one level to another, attaining their purposes. I want to see this child growing, leaving primary. And in this season, they are leaving primary, going to JSS. After JSS, they go to senior school. I want to see these girls still serving out there. Just like the way you went to high school, went to Mount Kenya, to Daystar, and the others that wherever you've gone, the many courses. When I see that, I say, thank you, Lord. I can see these purposes. There is a purpose with this young life. There is, because let me tell you, usually say that when you evangelize to a child, and when you evangelize to a whole grown up, it is different. To a child, it's life. How many lives God saved? How many people God saved? We say they are children who gave their lives to Christ. Actually, for children, it is life. How many years is this child going to be in the house of the Lord? This other one is a soul. How many souls? But these other ones are lives. Because even as we continue to mentor them, can you imagine if they started in grade, right now we are talking of grade, yeah? If they're in grade 4, grade 5, by the time they're getting to senior school when they're 15 years, still serving God. Can you imagine that is 15 years, 16 years, 40 years? They've served God all these years. Very soon they'll be 50. Very soon they'll be 60. That means it's a life.
Absolutely.
It's a life.
Yes.
And you want to see this child grow from one stage, from one level to another.
Absolutely.
Saying it is worth. It is worth. And let me tell you, sometimes they are like the babu trees, some of them. And if you remember, there's the story of Paul, Barnabas, and John Mark. At sometimes we fall out, even we don't know where they go. Yeah? John Mark just walked out of Paul and Barnabas. The Bible actually doesn't really reveal what could have happened. Yeah? So sometimes we don't know where they are. But I know Proverbs 22:6 remains.
Yes.
Train up a child in the way they go, and when they grow up, they'll never depart. Here is John Mark. He was a nephew to Barnabas. And they had this journey to go. And as they were going somewhere, John Mark walks out and he leaves the camp. But much later, Barnabas, he's called the son of, or the encourager. Barnabas is called another name for encouragement. And he went back to look for who? John Mark. Because he realized, I am not giving up on John Mark, no. And again, he is the encourager. So sometimes we miss them. We don't know even where they go to high school. We don't know where they are at. But at the end of the day, one thing leads to another, because we said this one thing. Keep the faith, and faith will keep you.
Wow.
When I tell them that, they say that, they never forget. When they go to high school, they may have the influences out there. It doesn't matter what they go through. At the end of the day, there is a word. I'm working with them in this program. I'm telling them, you've got to keep the faith. And faith will keep you. Why? Train up a child in the way they should go. When they grow up, even if they grew horns, the horns will be there, but they're keeping the faith. Because there is a confession, and you know there's power in your tongue.
Absolutely.
Faith will keep you.
Yes.
Even if you went out there and tasted that beer. You went out there and a girl told you there's a cigar here. It doesn't matter. Keep the faith. You said it. It will keep you.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I know they'll still come back. Even if they go astray, they are coming back. The word remains.
Absolutely.
They will never, ever depart. So I even advise parents, hang on to that promise. They will never, ever depart from what they've been taught.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And you know, there are parents who watch this podcast. I believe you've been encouraged. Just that one statement. Keep the faith, and the faith will keep you. You have mentored many children, Rev.
Yes.
And we have seen some even becoming pastors. So what does that journey, looking at some becoming leaders, now in the marketplace, some are pastors, what does that journey say about the power of investing in children early?
The power of investing in children early.
Yes.
it is, I believe it is something that they will live with those values.
Absolutely.
Just as I said, they are not departing, and they are there for keeps. They are not departing. And that is why I can look out.
Yeah.
I have great musicians out there. Children whom I was like begging to sing in the jewels.
I know.
Then others are saying, I cannot sing, my voice is croaking,
Hoarse.
my voice is hoarse, my voice is this. It doesn't matter. And I'll tell them, you come.
Yeah.
It will be among the many. And it is such, you feel that it is not in vain.
Yeah.
And you feel that you want to do more again and again. Yes, thank you.
Oh, that's really amazing. And we are looking at the foundation.
Yes.
And we say children come, now as psychologists we say children come as empty slates.
Yes.
And as they come as empty slates, it's upon us to be able to instill godly values in them so that they don't depart, right?
You're watching Mind Pursuit Podcast.
Now, reflecting back when I was young in Sunday school, and there was a group called Lord's Rangers, and you would ask us to dance and sing, and you are very serious. You didn't want to do, like you had not come to play. I remember this one time you stood actually right beside me, and I was like, my God, at what point are you moving away? Because of the excellent spirit that you had. And I remember just recently somebody asked me, when did you realize you're a leader? Somebody asked me that question, and I had to reflect back. Actually, where did it emanate from? And it is because of being pushed to be in the limelight through the Lord's Rangers, learning, perfecting, excellent spirit. People tell me I have an excellent spirit, but where is it coming from? Looking at the modeling that you've been able to do, even when we were younger. And I want us to speak into that. As parents, how do they model? Because parents are, they mentor children, right? The pastors, the leaders. How do they model Christ-like values?
Okay. When it comes to modeling, at the end of the day, we say that children must see what to do. There's a saying that says, monkey see,
Monkey do.
monkey do. So at the end of the day, what you're telling your children to do,
Yes.
you must do it. Live the life. Be that person.
Absolutely.
What are you telling them?
Absolutely.
Don't do this.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. It's very sad that when we open, if a child opens the fridge and finds something.
Yeah, alcohol.
I did not say you said it.
Yes.
Something in the fridge.
Yeah.
Then at one point you're sending them maybe for a cigar. Do you have the authority even to tell them not to take that beer? Do you have the authority to tell them not to take the cigar? You don't.
Yeah.
So live the life you want your children to live. Then they will emulate what you are doing. Number two, you've got to give them the space. Like the space I gave many, you included.
Sure.
I push you into that space
Yes.
and tell you are the leader. I even didn't give you the manual.
Yes.
I just prayed. I prayed for that child and I tell you, enter into this space.
Yes.
And you came with programs that I did not have previously because I pushed you into it. And once you push a child into a certain space, because for one thing, as Beth, there's what God has crafted me to be.
Okay.
And the ideas that I have are not the same ideas you will get. You will have even higher because of my generation. I'm a baby boomer and you are millennial. You see, we are in different generations. What I learned or what I got, for me, you sang hymns, remember?
Yeah, we did. A lot of them.
You did many hymns, even during Sunday school week.
Yeah.
You have no choice, you had to sing.
Yes.
Like the stars in the morning.
Yeah.
All those songs, the hymns you've got to sing. Because I am coming from that generation.
Absolutely.
So when I push you to do it, you will do it your way. I tell even the children that I'm working with right now, I really don't give them a manual per se. No. recently I pushed a girl to the jewels, and I told her, go and help out in the jewels. She's one of those girls who was key in Sunday school. And because she said something, I'll keep the faith and faith will keep me. Guess what? She's gone to high school and now she's going to do law.
Oh.
She's been in school. She was active because she kept on remembering. I was told to keep the faith. And so at the end of the day, when she comes and I tell her, get into this space, because they ought to see my lifestyle. They've got to see my way of living. Number two, not only that, I push them into a space.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely.
Number three, I've got to be so intentional in what they are doing.
Okay.
I've got to do a follow-up. And that is why in Jewels, naingia nikitoka. I could say that so and so is in charge, fine. But at the end of the day, I am checking out. And I have to be the example.
Absolutely.
Remember,
Absolutely.
monkey see,
Monkey do.
So how I'm living, the way I've pushed them into this space, and at the end of the day, over and above, I butter that with prayer. I've got to pray for these children. Even as they mature, I do not know where they went to. And even as they come back to serve, yeah, they're coming to serve as who? As children who have grown in the faith. Absolutely. They could have fallen at one stage or not. I may even not know. But when they come and tell me I'm still serving God, I am not the judge. God is a judge, not me. So I embrace them and they come back. And in fact, the other day, one of the girls told me, nimevaa skati ya mom. And it's a girl, amemaliza Form 4. She's just finished Form 4. And I'm wondering, and she was very smart. She has gotten to that stage. She's no longer that small girl, you know. She has grown. And that's it's my joy. I feel so good. I feel fulfilled. I feel it's just like that bamboo tree that even will germinate after many years and it becomes that big. I'm just reminded of the mustard seed. You know that mustard seed? It is a small seed. But the tree goes to be so mighty, so huge years. All right? So at the end of the day, even if this child doesn't have much, I know as long as she has come or he has come and he wants to serve, then there's space. There's space for whatever. And that is why maybe later we can talk about the hummingbirds. Because right now I have a curriculum even for the hummingbirds from the story of the hummingbirds. Thank you.
Wow. Audience, I hope you've learned a lot. And maybe you're hearing Jewels for the first time. So Jewels is a club and a children's ministry in Deliverance Church International, Umoja, whereby children are trained in terms of talent, exploration, and also mentorship. So the club also, they're very intentional about working with parents. So if you're around Umoja vicinity, Donholm, Eastlands, and you don't have a church to plug into, that is a very good church for you to plug into and ensure your child gets onboarded in Jewels. Because I don't know, but there's just something about whenever I look at Jewels, when you see a Jewel, you will know that there's leadership. How they carry out themselves, you will just be able to tell that for sure this person is set apart as far as leadership is concerned. And you've touched on something that has struck a chord in me in terms of looking at these young people, looking at the children and being able to give them the space for them to be able to execute their leadership in the best possible way. Not all leaders are like that. I don't know whether to call them leaders or managers. Not all people in position give others the platform to be able to, carry forth with their leadership style. Where did this come from?
It's when you realize you're not a know-it-all. You don't have it all.
Yeah.
When I realized that, because when you entered into that space as mercy,
yes,
you brought in so many things, and that I did not have. I am not a dancer. I'm not a typical singer. I may try singing, but I'm not a typical singer. But you brought in the singing skills and all that. If I am not, let me say like what our bishop says, that I don't become a ceiling, that it ends with me.
Yes.
And my ideas are the best ideas. No, it doesn't go that way. I've got to exit, at least step aside, and I give you the space so that you can execute everything that God has given you. Because there's a story in Exodus chapter 31. It is the story of Bezalel. Bezalel, the Bible says, it starts in the first verse, that God told Moses, I have appointed Bezalel. All right? And I have given him 4 things: knowledge, understanding, wisdom, and all manner of skills. And I know that everyone, as long as they are in prayer, God gives them these 4 things. This was in the craftsmanship and all that. That is what Bezalel was called to do. And then God said in verse 8 of 31 Exodus, it says that I have also appointed Oholiab. And likewise, I have. So it is not only Mercy there. She will have other people. She will plug in other people. Yeah? Akina Caro and company, they will come. And there is something they will bring into these jewels that me, Beth, alone, yeah? However much I'm mentoring, I will not do. So I give space. And when I give space, it widens. Okay? It goes far. Because I am no longer a ceiling.
Wow.
That it ends with me.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you.
I would want us to stop at that. And one thing that we are leaving you with is, as a leader, you need not to create ceiling. Just from our previous conversation with Derek, we had, it's an African problem to be gatekeeping. You know, you don't want somebody to reach the level that you are. And I like what Rev Beth you've said. When you open it up for other people to come in and plug in and showcase or execute their leadership style, the more you expand. And I believe that's how you dominate. So I hope you have learned a lot. Remember to subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.